My name is Ricardo. I'm the Agile customer and part of the development team.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and I am part of the development team.
Hi, I'm Tanmay. I'm part of a development team.
Hi, my name is Luis. I'm part of the developing team.
Hi, I'm Jawe, also developer.
All right. So today we're going to discuss the user stories for our My Bakery application. And well, as we have defined in our user role modeling, we're going to have three main roles for our application, which are recipe users, managers, and administrators. So, well, let's start with recipe users because they are the main users in our application. Well, sorry about that, guys. All right, it's weird. Okay, so the first thing is when we log in, what do we see? We start with a login page, right? A login page, a homepage.
A homepage.
So it should be like homepage.
She got.
And well, I'm gonna put the notes here.
So,
Should be like this, right?
so what type of action can the user select from the home page? So what could the user want to do?
Sorry, I guess I need to change this. It should be like this. Oops. What actions do you think the user could do? It's
I mean, what can the user see at the beginning, the home page?
It's a recipe list, right?
So yeah,
Yeah.
there should be a recipe list.
With the recently
Recipe
uploaded
user.
recent.
I guess the action are.
Can see the. Sorry.
I guess it's better if we put the possible selections under the homepage name and in
What do you mean?
like what the recipe the user can see. I would write it under homepage.
Under homepage?
Yeah. And in the note. Mm.
Let's see. Oh, what? You mean not here in the as a note?
Yeah. Let me.
Can you show the example?
Mm-hmm.
You mean we should put what the hell?
You need to underline it.
Yeah, I'm trying to expand this. So this should be underlined. Is that it? You mean we can put the functionalities like recipe list,
Yes, exactly.
like recipe list or search recipes?
Both
Recipe
of them.
list.
The recipe list and the search
Not
option
the
should be able
complete-
as
not
well.
the complete list.
Yeah, but
Recently-
the search should have also the recipe list, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So-
Yeah, Mhm.
It's
Both of them actually.
yeah.
I would say.
The search can be for a specific recipe and for also
And for a list for
all
everything
of
that
them.
it contains
Yeah.
a specific keyword.
So recipe list, I guess ingredients.
No.
I think for the homepage, only one thing is okay. The whole list of the recipe.
Not the whole list. It's recently updated. Uploaded.
Yeah, recent.
Yeah, but what are the we're gonna have some menu options there that the user can access, right?
Mhm.
So
Oh, okay.
these are the things that.
So what are we talking about? About what he has to see, or we are talking about the menus as well?
The menus as well.
Okay, so my suggestion is let's go to focus first, what he has to see, and then we can work with the menus.
With the menus, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
there should be so in the homepage, recipe user can see the list of recently added recipes. Right.
the 10. Oh, well, I don't know if in this point we have to specify things, but yeah, basically it's that.
Okay, so what else? They can see. Is there any
Search tool?
Search
search
bar.
search bar?
Mhm.
Recipe user
Can search
for a specific
keyword.
keyword. Okay. What other functionalities do you think we should have at the homepage?
So is that everything regarding to what the user should see?
Should see
So-
the homepage.
Only the recipe list and the set. Is that right?
Like,
I mean,
yeah, we
because
should-
what I'm trying to do is like dividing the menu. Why?
Mhm.
Why? Bless you. Why? Because the menu there could be done in a master page.
Mm-hmm.
From that point
Yeah.
on, we can work with that. But it's gonna be like the menu will be like a pretty much
Mm.
everything for every single page.
Yeah, but
Everything.
but
You see?
technically, at this point we don't have that technical
Oh,
decision
approach. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
like,
fine then. Oh,
yet.
so,
We know that technically we can do that,
yes.
but for now, as a user, what the user can see, what are the features that they can use at the homepage.
All right.
So the features that I imagine, I guess the list of most recent recipes is a good idea. Maybe, yeah, and the search, I guess a basic search is all right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Anything that we need to note about it?
so you said the search
Yeah.
is a bar.
Search bar.
Like, but what is the criteria? It's gonna be the name, the title.
Keyword. Any keyword.
No, any keyword.
So it can if
It
you
could
have
be either a title,
Name,
content,
ingredients.
content, and an ingredient. Yeah.
Ingredients or the any recipe name keyword.
So I guess I'm gonna put a note here. This is gonna be part of the acceptance test
Criteria.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna put it here. Search should be performed. Keyword search. Search by keyword. Should return any recipes that have the
The keyword,
keyword either in the title, in the ingredients, or the category.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Category or text or whatever.
Or even the description, right? There's
Mm.
because we have the description of the recipe as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
anything.
Okay. Well, let's limit this to these items. For recipe list is going to bring the 10 most recent
uploaded.
Recent recipes.
Yeah, recently uploaded recipes.
Okay. Most recently.
So the sequence should be
Time based.
Oh, you mean the sequence in the notes?
uh,
I guess it's all right. We're gonna have to write the details, text acceptance tests.
Probably from the home page, we are able also to see the option to add recipe already.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should have like edit recipe, like add and edit at the same option. What do you guys think?
Because for edit, you need to select a recipe first.
Oh yeah, you're right. So add recipe, and then, well, maybe the edit recipe. Do you think the user could select the recipe to edit here, or whenever the user clicks in a recipe, it should be
It
should go to the recipe,
recipe page.
and then the user could edit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it makes more sense.
So I'm gonna put it here as well, like whenever the user should be able to access the recipe from the recipe list.
shall we write this in a
As a
different
user story?
box? In a different box because it's a float, right?
Yeah,
it's
but
like
we
you
have
view
to.
the.
Yeah, but we have to provide some details here in the.
Then you provide everything in one box.
No.
Maybe we are saying what the user can see, which options are available, and maybe we go in the specific later.
Yeah, because it will have the. Usually, I think it will be one page with the detail. After the search, it will be the detailed search result, and then after you click it, it will be another box that will be the detailed recipe page.
Yes.
Like this. So we should not include it in only one box at this point.
Guys, try to speak a little bit louder because the Ricardo's mic is not registering everything. So
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the mic is in this part. So, well, okay. So that's why I put it as a note, because maybe we can move this to another
To the
box.
other block, yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to
Yeah.
track. But yeah, we should
Go to the
go
next.
to the next
box.
level as soon as
Yeah.
possible. So yeah,
Which flow are we discussing now? The view.
for now we have the home page. We have the recipe list. Add recipe.
As if add recipe, is it a button or a pop up or
It should be a
Button
button
to
in
another page?
to another page.
So we shouldn't add it here. If
It
it's
should
just
be
a
Edit
button.
recipe is a button on
It's an,
any particular recipe page.
I think it's an action that like an option that you can select.
Yeah, so different option would be different float in this point.
But
Mhm.
I think under the name of the home page,
So
it's better to.
so you're saying that
mention-
we should have like this.
Yeah, add recipe here.
And whenever we think it's like recipe list, recipe search recipe, right?
Yeah.
Should be like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
But we have to focus on one flow
One
first.
flow
Yeah.
first. Yeah.
For example, now we are discussing the add recipe.
Mm-hmm.
So what's next? What should be in this box first? It
So-
would be a form.
So as a recipe user, I want to add recipe to add ingredients
What forms or data we need here?
to input
New recipe.
Recipe data,
recipe data,
including
including
title,
Title.
category, what else?
Category, ingredients,
Ingredients.
description.
Do we need to include photos as well? Or
It's not necessary.
Okay,
Photos, optional,
Yeah, it's not necessary.
and that's it, right?
Yes.
Oh, what
Perhaps the final product picture could be included, but
Yeah, it's optional.
like the final.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
No problem. It's optional.
But the way to put it like a photos. Oh well, okay, that's fine. No, that's fine. Don't
Uh,
worry. No, that's fine.
What else can they do here other than add? It's
That's
The quantities,
So
or
Oh, yeah.
it is included in the. No, it's not included in
yeah,
quantities,
ingredients quantity.
Ingredient quantities.
quantity.
Bless
So
you.
let's say that an ingredient that a person that is adding a recipe is not available in the list of the ingredients. The person is able to add that ingredient or should wait
No,
for the
it's,
ingredient to be available.
I don't know what you guys think. I think it's for the user. It would be bad if they started editing a recipe and then whoa, there's no chocolate. in
There's
the
no
list.
pepper, for instance.
Yeah, there's no pepper. So I need to go to another screen and then start registering.
Over again. Yeah.
So I think it should be here.
Here only.
So
Yeah.
you should be able to add a new
Yeah, add
ingredient
new
also.
ingredient.
To user, I want to include or create new ingredients.
Add new
Mhm.
ingredients. Yeah.
I would say adding.
Yeah.
New ingredients so that I can use them in the current
Recipe. Yeah.
recipe. Okay, is there anything else that someone can do here in the add recipe?
I think we should put some notes here for the acceptance criteria. For example, the quantity cannot be a negative number, whatever.
Yeah, not be zero.
Yeah, that's
Zero.
what we have to test as well.
Right. So notes.
And all data is necessary except for the photos. Is the description necessary?
Yeah.
All the data
Mandatory.
is mandatory
For description.
Description is like a
Except
steps to follow for
Okay.
making it.
I mean, it should have at least one ingredient, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Unless, what is the point?
What
Yeah,
you are
okay.
doing,
like
how to do.
quantity should be
Zero or negative.
Uh,
Shouldn't be zero or negative.
Positive number.
positive
Yeah,
number.
positive. No, yeah, zero is
Zero? What's the
greater-
point of putting zero there?
Yeah, zero.
yeah, greater than zero. Yeah.
Ah, okay. How about the category? Can they add new category or
They should add a new category.
Do you think it's something that only administrators should do, or maybe anyone who can create recipes?
yeah.
Then another question will rise. It's like, since they have the ability to add an ingredient,
Uh,
what happened if they put it in
There
the
is
wrong
no
category?
Well,
How they would know what category it is? Because as an administrator, I would say like the pepper could be like a dry ingredient.
oh no, a
not
category
ingredient?
of
It's a recipe category.
Recipe
Oh well,
category.
the same. Let's say in the recipe is like this is for the seafood,
But who?
but actually I'm having
It's a
mango
bakery
with.
shop.
Well, no, I'm just making an example.
Uh-huh.
I just make okay. Let's put it like brownie, okay? And brownie actually is in the chocolate section, but I could have it in the bakery section as well, or like a baking section, let's say.
So I
But-
think user have more idea about the recipe category rather than administrator.
I think it's difficult to prevent from this kind of errors because let's say that a chef is wanna make a cake with fish and actually it's not good, but we cannot like control the
yeah.
content
Exactly.
that
That's
is
my point.
introduced by the each recipe user.
So it's all right. We should have also the. It should be possible for them to add.
Category.
Okay. So
Because it's like Twitter. If you guys think about, actually the user created your own category
Yeah.
with the hashtag.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. So they should be able to do it as well.
Oh, are we we mentioned that we were gonna use tags instead of categories, right?
Yeah, actually, somebody said that instead of categories, we
Yeah.
should use
We
tags.
should have text.
So,
So it's same. User can add text.
right.
To add
So it's like
tags.
hashtag the most beautiful cake ever.
Yeah.
So you should be able to find that cake or whatever you are
And
making, right?
acceptance, yeah. And acceptance criteria is that there should be at least one tag.
Exactly. Agree.
Another
You should have at least one hashtag. Sorry.
No. I was thinking about the ingredients. So if a recipe writer is writing a recipe and at the same time want to add an ingredient, actually this person has the power to establish the unit of measure of the
Mm-hmm.
ingredient. So many details about the ingredient.
Yeah.
So
So
must
maybe
be a
we should-
control check. I don't know.
What do you think? We should have another more detailed process box here, focused on ingredients, where we could write specific user
Mhm.
stories for this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, because when they click, let's say they click like the adding ingredient, as Lisa said,
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a page should merge, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And in order to all the fields to be completed,
Mm-hmm.
show up. Like she said, okay, what kind of unit should be used with this new ingredient that you're adding?
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of things. So therefore, after he put all the fields, completes all the fields, then he or she is able to use that ingredient from now on, or from
Mhm.
that moment on. Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
So what do you
Yeah,
say?
Definitely.
So, is there anything else specifically for recipes? I guess we're the things that we're mentioning now are sub functionalities that like ingredient. I guess category can be. It's just a tag, so it could be all in the add recipe
Mhm.
functionality.
Mhm.
But ingredients, given that they have a lot of specific attributes such as
Yes.
a measure,
Yeah.
Quantity measure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we could have another
Yes.
process, right? So as a recipe user, but I want to edit ingredients information. Such as name, unit,
Unit of measurement
uh,
or measure.
what else? I guess this is
That's
it,
it.
right?
Yeah, that's it.
What about a brief description? It's not
Yeah,
necessary.
maybe brief.
What about the quantity?
No quantity.
No, quantity is in the recipe section. You are going to tell what kind of measure you are going to measure that specific
Oh, yeah.
ingredient.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I think a brief description should also be included. So anybody who includes an ingredient, they should explain what the ingredient is.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
If, for instance, if you are making an Indian recipe,
Yeah.
maybe you guys have like a special ingredient. So it has to be explained for me as a Latin American to understand what
Yeah,
exactly it
yeah.
is.
But it should
But
be
is it
optional.
necessary?
Yeah.
No,
It's-
I guess it's
optional.
optional.
Yeah, it's optional.
What
but
do you
we
guys
can,
think?
Yeah, we can put it over there. We can
Okay.
put it optional over there.
I could say the
Description of the ingredient is optional.
description of the ingredient is optional. Every ingredient should have at least one unit of measure.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely. And then
Add the name.
So the add the ingredients means add ingredients or including delete.
Good question. Is the
It's-
user able to erase an ingredient? I don't think so because programmatically speaking, if I use as another user,
Yeah.
I use that ingredient and then you erase it from the database,
And
it
it's
will
gonna
give
crash.
you an error.
Yeah.
But the user could update the description. or
Yeah,
something.
that's why.
They can, but after the ingredient is created, you won't be able to
To
change the
delete.
name.
Yeah.
Even the name.
Name, yeah.
And
Well,
the ingredient
unless
should
you
have
create
a
like
name
an ID,
and
like a
these-
backwards, and
Yeah.
then you can make it. Yeah. Well, then you are able to change the name as well. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. I would
Yeah.
suggest to
So
once the name is created, it's like
Cannot edit, cannot
cannot
delete
edit the name.
the name.
The name.
How about the unit of measure? For example, some people they actually using the same ingredient,
Yeah, that's what I'm
but they
thinking about.
using different unit of measure. Some people think like to
Yeah,
byte.
can-
I
we
don't
can-
know. Some
we
people
can-
use
we can-
kg, whatever.
We can add
Oh.
different user use different units of measure for the same ingredient. What do you say? We have like chocolate,
different.
and we can
Yeah.
have grams for
Grams for the chocolate, and as well as for the liquid chocolate, it could be a.
yeah.
Or
Should we
CC
have,
or-
or maybe we, I don't know, or should we have different products, different ingredients like liquid chocolate,
I understand what you're
like
saying.
chocolate bar?
Yeah.
No, but it's for the sugar. You can just like we have the 2 teaspoons of the sugar, and it's
No, but
500
what
grams
he's
for the
saying
sugar.
is then you should have like a different ingredients called sugar,
Yeah.
like sugar in let's say in powdered sugar.
Mhm.
Another sugar is like
But even then,
Even
Rock
then the
sugar.
powder sugar.
rock
it's
sugar, for instance.
even then you can have different units of
Powder
measure,
sugar.
like,
I
Yeah.
use
like
500
5 grams or
yeah.
tablespoon.
Teaspoon,
2
yeah.
teaspoon.
The problem is the moment of the pricing because you're gonna have to put different pricing for each different ingredient with a different unit
Yeah.
of measure.
Well, I had the solution for that one.
We have
Actually,
conversion.
yeah, you have the conversion.
Mm.
Since you know exactly what a
We should
teaspoon
have a
is,
standard
you can
table.
actually convert it to liquid or solid with no problem.
So
at all.
there should be one standard table, like 1
Yes.
teaspoon is equal
Yes.
to 500,
Yes.
5 grams.
Yes.
like that.
For solid or for liquid, it's
Liquid is
different,
different, yeah.
but yeah,
So then
basically.
then it's good. Then it's
Basically.
Makes
But
sense.
what the main question right now is: should we leave the same ingredient with several
different name.
different? No names.
Different unit
different
of measure?
unit of measure.
The same ingredient with
Different unit of measure,
like
or
sugar.
he has.
If you have to have sugar,
Then you, as a user, have to put like a several way of unit of measure, or by default, it will consider every single ingredient added will have like a several types of measurement. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if I'm explaining
You mean
myself.
creating a completely new ingredient with a different unit
Let's
of
say
measure?
the example of sugar. We already know the sugar has different types of measurements, right?
Hmm.
You can measure with a teaspoon. We can measure with a cup. We can measure with
Grams
several
or,
things,
yeah,
grams,
yeah.
whatever, right? Okay, that's fine. The conversion is not the problem. The problem is what kind of measurement you are using in your recipe itself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So is how it's gonna work. It's like every time the user add an ingredient, it will be get all those properties as a default, or the user should be able to decide what kind of a measurement should be used with that specific ingredient. That's my question. See what I'm saying?
well, it can be as complex as we want.
Yeah.
Of course, that's why
Can I
I
just
write
make it
this
simple?
question. We can make
Yeah.
it easier to make it as a
Because
default, and that's it.
Mhm.
Forget about that.
Use
How
default.
about for the
Yeah.
first release, we don't put the functionalities of add a new ingredient while you're adding a recipe, and later we
No.
No, I guess it doesn't matter if you add an ingredient during the
Recipe.
when
and
you're
recipe.
editing a recipe. I think the pricing thing, it should be something for the second release. That's what were planning.
And
Uh,
actually, it's for a different role as well. I think
Huh?
it's for a different
yeah, it's
role
for a
as
different
well.
role as
Mm.
well. so it should be a different functionality. But yeah, well, some notes regarding the acceptance criteria here. It should be the user cannot delete ingredients once they're used, right?
Once they used.
They've been used. Oh, what? What the?
Okay, and
Sorry,
what about
guys.
the second point, the second note that you have there? The every ingredient should have a name and at least one unit of measure. So we are making
Multiple units?
That's what I'm saying.
Measure?
That's what I'm asking. Because if you say like 1 unit of measure, that means the ingredient should have, the user should decide how many unit of measure that ingredient should have. My suggestion is don't get that deep. Just erase that and make it as a default. So if they put it like a sugar, we already know they have several things. But the thing is, we are going to put a lot of what he can do is like put it in the description. This has to be measuring this and this and this, and then the administrator can add the measurement after. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I don't mind. I don't want to get complicated, but
I guess, well, since the user can edit the quantity and the units of measure when they are adding the recipe, we don't really have to worry about that now.
okay.
It's gonna matter when we think about pricing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
pricing.
But for creating the recipe, which is what we're doing now,
hmm
we can move on and
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Right.
What we can do it is like use at the default section. Also, is easier. What do I mean with default? It's like when they create the ingredient with no units, right?
Mhm.
They put the name only and the brief description. Okay, that's fine. Then when he wanted to use it in the recipe, the only thing that he has to do is like selecting the unit, and that's it.
From the drop down.
From the drop down,
Yeah.
that's it.
That's
And it's easier. It's gonna be easier.
It's
and-
like we are not allowing user to
Add new unit of
yeah.
measure.
exactly.
Yeah, we are not allowing.
I mean,
user
units
to
will
add-
be fixed.
Unit will be fixed.
oh yeah. The universe of units of measure, it's gonna be fixed
Fixed.
because we already know what.
Yeah.
Exactly.
units
Grams,
are.
kilograms, and we
But
can.
the user can select. Okay, so I wanna add 1 tablespoon of sugar,
Yes, they can do it
but we don't
in the recipe.
Yeah,
No,
in the
recipe,
recipe.
We're
so-
in the process of adding a recipe.
No, it's not
no.
included. That's
In
what
the
I'm trying to
description-
say.
In the description,
Sorry.
they can do it.
It's alright.
That's what I'm trying to say. Just erase that from there because it's gonna be more complicated doing it in there.
Okay,
Yes.
so the recipe.
So you have to raise 1 unit of measure, right?
Uh-huh.
In the second note.
So you should have a name and 1 unit.
Only
of
in a name.
only a name.
Only a
No,
name,
no,
yeah.
name and 1 unit of measure. They have to select something from the drop down.
But in the recipe, no editing the ingredient.
Yeah.
It's alright. It's alright. We can have like just a name and
In the
that's it.
edit as well.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
So you mean when we add the ingredient, we don't need to worry about any unit of measurement
Exactly.
problems.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
suggesting.
Mhm.
That's what
It
my
means when you
suggestion
click
is.
add ingredient, it just pop up, enter the name or description.
Yeah,
That's right.
and then
So
the,
for this part, you may erase this unit of
okay,
measurement.
okay, that's it. So it's gonna matter only when we think about pricing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
Cool.
Is there anything else that the user can do here? The edit ingredients thing? No,
That's
right?
it. That's,
No.
That's it.
that's it.
In the add recipe, is there anything else that the user should do? It's adding the recipe details. It's adding the tags.
Ingredients,
It's adding
tags.
ingredients. Specifying the quantity.
Quantity. Yeah. It's
Maybe we should have like the units of measure here.
Should we include like a name
forward.
for the recipe itself?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
title.
Title.
The title, right?
Yeah,
no, the
title.
title is included with the name, right?
Yeah,
Title
title
itself
is the name.
It's the name. Okay, that's fine.
So edit ingredient is a transition from add recipe.
Yeah, it's part of the add recipe, and I thought it would be more complex. Actually, that's why I created a different.
I think it could be only a pop up.
Yeah, it could be a pop up inside
Yeah.
the add recipe. It's a sub process of adding a recipe. Okay, so Well,
You
moving on.
forget to underline this and then put what we can see on this page.
so here I should underline this, and what we can see is
Recipe data fields. Yes. And the next one
Okay.
would be
It would-
ingredient data fields.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Shall we change the name to add ingredient? Because it can only add, not even edit, right?
It's edit.
We can edit.
No, but it's edit.
It's edit.
Add/edit, if you like to call it.
Okay.
But he's able to edit because he will be
So
able
if-
to edit
if-
the
no, but-
description. The description.
Sorry, but if we put add over there, we have to put unit of measure in that. We didn't put unit of measure over there.
Where? Up?
Edit ingredients. So
Mhm.
if we are changing its name from edit to add, we have to put the unit of measure
No.
No.
for the add ingredient, not for the edit.
It's alright. It's alright. When you're gonna use it in a recipe, you can have.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling. We can't change the name from edit to add.
It's
For
alright.
me, it's alright. I mean,
Okay. Whatever. Next.
Add. But then, suppose you're writing a recipe, you added chocolate, and then you realize you misspelled chocolate. You put
exactly.
like
You are
double
editing.
C. I don't know. You can edit that ingredient that you
Yeah.
just added.
I'm just
So I think it's edit is better.
edit is better. Yeah,
Then how about can I edit the ingredient that you add?
Of course, you should be able.
Really?
If we are at the same. No?
Same database on the same.
If we
database,
are in
on
the same
database.
company, as
Mhm.
we discussed, yes, I should be able.
Then I will change your recipe then. Right?
Like if
I
the
mean-
user is not very smart, then
I don't
can-
know.
But let's face
That's
it,
one
guys.
scenario.
Let's put it like in a way. For instance, for it has to be like some kind of what? How do you call it? Like a good behavior when you are using this kind of
Website.
Yeah, I mean, you are adding recipes. You are not adding football teams. So you can put like an ingredient with the name of the quarterback or something like that, right? What I mean is like the user should be focused that he's using or is
companies all recipes. So
or standards or
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Mhm.
Because afterwards we should be able to find who made the error out, right? So if they are doing it in purpose, so he can be disciplined.
Okay.
Right? So
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Mhm.
You are right, but
Yeah.
there's certain things that
Mm.
an application
You cannot prevent
Cannot
every
prevent,
error,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Next
Well,
one, search.
I guess we covered add and edit recipe. I could actually add recipe. So search recipe should be underlined. What can we see here? It's gonna be search criteria form, right?
Search fields.
Search, yeah, it's search criteria, right? And the results as well.
Result will be the next box
Okay.
because you display the result as
After-
a list.
after-
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So it should be here. So as a user, as a recipe user, I want to specify the criteria that to search by category, to search recipes.
I would like to look for a specific
By
recipe
title,
by keywords.
keywords.
Using keywords
Uh-huh.
containing the title and the
Ingredients.
in the ingredients.
That's
right?
it. That's it.
No.
I want to search.
Should have different search criteria. So one can be search recipe by keywords, and then it could make another user story.
Like another one that is
Yeah.
specific for
the
title
ingredients.
or
Yeah.
for ingredients or for category tag. Like you might want to know, what are the desserts that we have here?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
like what are the muffins that we
So
have here?
that's
So are we going to get like a several search then?
yeah.
Like
it's just
fields?
one will be okay. Like if desserts, then the search result will show whole results.
Yeah, but it should be like one field only, right?
Yeah, anything.
Mhm.
Like if it's just ice cream, then
That's
whole
why.
ice cream.
That's
the
why.
cake, the whole list of cakes.
Yeah, but you have a list of tags that you already have registered in the system.
Mm-hmm.
So you could select from a previous list. You don't have to type as a keyword. Like you could have the keyword thing and also the search
Like
with,
a combo box.
like a combo box
Oh, okay.
where you get the previous
yeah.
tags,
But
right?
that's good.
Okay.
That's
Now,
good idea.
So as a recipe user, I want to search recipes
yes, makes sense.
by
Like a more specific.
fixed
Yeah, more
fixed
specific.
categories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
By all the existing categories.
No, existed. I was about to tell you that because remember the hashtag are
Existent like this.
resources.
okay. I don't think it has an H in the middle.
I don't know.
Yeah.
My bad. Categories
And maybe by user.
by user.
I
Yeah.
wanna have the recipe done by
Mhm.
Ricardo.
Okay. Search. By user. Do you think it's these stories are too similar? Should we put them all together and just say that we want to perform search by different criteria and have them all in the same story?
Yeah, you could do that.
That's what I wanted to say. That's
Yeah,
what
put
I
it to
was
the note.
referring to the master page.
Yeah.
Remember?
Specific criteria. So it should be categories, keyword, title, user, or ingredients, right? Oh, the keywords also works for ingredient, right?
Yes.
That's all right. Okay, so anything else that the user wants to do? Oh, the user wants to edit the recipe that when in the search recipe, should they be able to delete or
What? Delete?
I think that search recipe will be like an updated version of the home page
Mhm.
because with only showing the results, right?
I think that now we don't have the results. We are just in the search recipe
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
view, let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can search the recipe, and if you want
Okay,
to edit
okay.
it, we can.
Okay.
Shall we go for the next box then?
So is there
No.
search notes for
What?
acceptance
No.
criteria? Well, I don't have anything in mind right now, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to write the acceptance criteria afterwards. So search. When you search,
Search
you have
result.
you have to see the search results, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you see? What do you do when you select the search result? You need to go to the details of the
Detail
recipe, right?
recipe page.
So I should do this, right? It should be like edit recipe or what?
No, search result first.
Search result?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it's gonna show the list of recipes that fulfill the
Match
filter.
From those
Criteria.
filters
Yeah.
applied from the field filter applied from the search recipe.
Mm-hmm. So search results as a. I want to see the details of the
See the search result.
Yeah,
to view the search result.
Yeah.
according to my filter criteria or according to my specific
search
criteria,
criteria.
search criteria.
Search criteria.
It's really
Okay.
and as a recipe user, I want to edit the
Edit?
recipes that. You mean you want to click on your recipe and view
So
the
it's like
details? The view. You want to view the details,
Yeah,
right?
that's it.
View the details of a specific recipe.
That would be the next box.
Yeah, that would be like one of the options probably. One of the possible action
Yeah,
from
possible
this
actions.
box. Like maybe there
Click
will
on
be
the recipe.
there will be a button like see this recipe, something like that.
It's like
Okay.
one option. You can click on the recipe and go to the
Yeah,
next.
maybe she's right.
But I
Maybe
found
this
that's a float. Like you search,
Yeah,
you have the
maybe-
search result, and then you click.
Yeah.
So-
That's one box,
okay,
one box,
so-
and
So
another
we should
box.
put it. We should put it in the
Another
Yeah,
another
yeah.
box.
Right. So we could take this here.
Yeah.
Delete from here.
Just recipe detail.
So this is
All recipe information.
okay.
Next float.
Acceptance criteria. Which of the fields do we think should be available to edit? Title shouldn't be edited or something like this.
The what?
No, this is not recipe edit.
Oh,
This is not
recipe
edit.
detail.
Yeah, this only view the detail.
So, but
there is an option they can edit, but it's not necessary they have to. Edit.
After they choose the
Yeah.
a specific recipe, that's different.
That's
But this is only the search results section.
so it's
no, we are in the details.
Yeah, but actually, the way I see it is like when you click in the detail, it will brings you to the recipe, right?
Yeah.
You will go to the
Yeah.
recipe, and he will be able to edit it, of course.
So this should be here as a recipe user.
Mm.
I want to edit the
At
recipe.
least my recipe.
The current recipe, right?
Yeah, maybe
yeah.
in the
Mm,
previous box we should have added as a recipe user I want to select one recipe.
Yeah, maybe.
Because we ended
Yeah,
up
yeah.
in the details without
Yes, you're right.
You're right.
mhm. So the user can only edit the recipe that they post, not
Yes.
other people.
No.
Okay.
Well, that's what I think. I think he shouldn't be able to edit another's recipe.
Someone else's recipe?
Someone.
Then how about this
someone
chef
else.
retired, another chef come,
Exactly.
and
Then-
that can edit
then
your
how do you
stuff?
Yeah, I don't
Or
think
I got
so.
kicked out by the company. Can you edit my recipe?
Okay. Get me there.
Yeah. I think in the same company, the chefs share all the recipes because they're all
Obviously.
working together,
Obviously.
right? Yeah.
Obviously.
So as long as he's the chef, he's able to edit it. I think in the
Yeah,
business
no, like-
scenario.
Yeah, that's business rule. Like this coding. Basically.
So it would be more like some kind of how to call it, like social networking kind of general posts,
It's like Wikipedia.
like Wikipedia. Exactly, exactly. I would have been done better, like a recipepedia.
Recipedia.
Recipedia.
Okay. Any specific notes that you want to add here?
The recipe detail.
Yeah.
The compliance would be like a several. When you are editing, you cannot leave any single ingredient like in zero or
Any field empty.
exactly. That's what I want.
Any
to
field
say.
empty.
Yeah, any field
So
empty.
I guess
No field empty or no empty field.
the user is editing. All the required fields must be filled. Yeah, I don't know. I guess this.
Yeah,
is
that's good.
Is recipe detail the recipe detail, let's say, view the same view of the edit recipe?
I guess it could be like
The
the
same
view.
same
What do you
view,
mean?
and then the user clicks in for to edit, or
would
maybe it
be-
should be already available for editing.
What's the
Like
question?
in edit mode already.
Yeah, like it should be in edit mode already. What do you think? Should we have different views? No. Yeah, I think it's all right if we can click in the recipe and already see the edit mode.
Yeah, redirect.
Mm-hmm.
But usually when we do development, we will just show is read only, and then when you click the button, it's able to edit. It's basically the same page and the same wheel,
Yeah,
but it's only you can edit or not.
the question is like,
Are we
Do we
gonna
need
do that?
to add
are we
button?
going to use the same page or not? It will be the
Well,
same
it
page.
does-
right?
Same page. It's only
Yeah.
you changing the field is read only or
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right.
change it to input box. Yeah.
So we should create another. Actually, it should be in the detail. There should be a functionality to enter edit mode, right?
Yeah, why not? Just a button.
Yeah, it's gonna be like another box here.
Yeah, because it would be weird when you want to see the detail and everything is an input box. Right.
Recipe information in edit mode. So I guess it should be pretty much similar to this. Oh, but then this note it doesn't make sense here,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So as a resume, I want to edit the current recipe. I want to enter edit mode to modify the current recipe. I want to edit the current recipe. That's it, I guess.
How about the flow? Can you connect it with the arrow first?
Yeah.
To see how it looks now.
Should be like, oh my goodness.
What else do we need? Edit, delete. I think we included delete recipe.
Are we gonna include delete? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Can you delete An article from Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
Recipedia, you find.
We change our name now.
We could change the name of our application.
Mm.
Once you input your recipe, you are doomed. It's gonna be there forever.
Just like ingredient.
Yes.
You can't delete the ingredients.
We should say that you can't delete ingredients that have already been used, right?
Yeah, we have to say that.
Exactly, because it's not gonna make sense.
So we should have described a use case for deleting ingredients as well.
I guess there should be this functionality,
Right?
but just for the recipe that me as a user I made, maybe.
No, but you're editing ingredients and
I would leave it to the administrator.
administrator.
Yes, because he will be the only person who will
Yeah.
be able to see if the ingredient has been used or not
Mhm.
in the old recipes, right? So how the user will know that unless he
Unless we put
Unless
a
we give a
validation.
pop
a
up to him.
validation or something. Exactly.
We can provide a validation for that.
Yeah.
But in order to make it simple, I would prefer to make that thing to the administrator instead of the,
Yeah.
making the user.
Otherwise, if there's spice here and then you delete all the recipes.
Basically.
So, okay, so delete ingredients and delete recipes are not coming for
Here, user.
for the recipe
Yeah.
user. It's
No.
not there. We're not including that for recipe user, right?
Mhm.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Yeah, but is it the flow correct or not now? Because I think even we are on the homepage, we can go to the recipe detail, right? Now
Oh, yeah,
there's
you're
only
right.
two floats.
You're right. So we could say that we can have here. What? It's the details, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I think I should quit drinking. Yeah. Well, I need to
Organize
Arrange
it later.
this
Yeah.
and, But that's the main idea for this
Mhm.
user role.
So we connected the home to the. Let me see.
To the recipe detail, because we have the search, the most recent recipes in the homepage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can click in the recipe and see the details and so on.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, finally I finished the first user role. Oh my god.
Guys, can we do a break before we move on?
Yeah.
You have class coming.
All right.
You're gonna skip it.
Yeah, I suggest we make a break and
We make a break and then
Make a break.
continue.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
5.
Just take 5.
Shall we start recording? Okay.